Hello everyone, this is Marsh with just a quick update on the channel. So, me and Blitz were a bit over this past week, and he came up with pretty solid ideas on where we can go for the show. So, currently, right now, you're looking at my stupid face in a silly uh, expense that I decided to go through with. I made a hat for the show. Now, it's not the exact font, it's the closest I could find from what I had available to me at the time. But I think it's really damn cool, especially since it's something that I created with a couple of my friends, and now I have a hat from it, except I just get weird looks from people. So, literally only one person asked me what it stands for, and that was the person making the hat. So that's fun. Anyway, so just a quick update. Matt Blitz had some improvements that he wanted to go over with for me, and I agreed that the last few episodes haven't been our strongest. I honestly want to say after I moved out, things started to go a bit crazy and weird and just absolutely silly. So I agree with him. We need to work on our time, our speaking patterns, and our topics, because if only one of us is talking, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of having the podcast of, multiple people where only one person can comment on what that other person is talking about. So obviously it makes sense when excuse me, also I'm getting some crazy cough tonight. But it makes sense when he says that, only one of us can comment on it, or someone else says something ridiculous and the other person's like, why are you bringing this up? This doesn't make any sense. So, no show this week. Just a quick update. Think of it as a mini podcast of only 5 minutes or so. But we're working on our show. We're getting better at talking. We're getting better at actually bringing topics to the show. And whatever we don't get to that week, we'll just roll over for the next week. I'm going to try and attempt to use Twitter more to our advantage, getting the show out there and all that fun stuff. And just the whole setup checklist where I make sure everything's running properly, making sure that we have all of our equipment where we need to go and actually record, and just making sure that our plans and timing all line up right, and we have a definite schedule for streaming and doing the show. So that's what we're working on over these next couple of weeks. I want to say it is the 10th. We will most likely be coming back for episode 15. So think of it as Social Outcasts 2.0. So we're definitely working on some more stuff. And just all around trying to improve the show for a better entertainment value for your time. So instead of having a long, drawn out 2.5 hour show where we start trailing off and losing our minds and just going nuts with whatever we're talking about, we're going to be sticking to an hour we're going to be sticking to host topics as much as possible. Because, I know there's those shows where it's like, oh, we're going to talk about anything and everything. And that's still going to stay the social outcast standard, at least in my eyes. Like, we'll go off on tangents or start talking about something silly and whatnot, but the overall focus of the show is going to be whatever topics that we bring up. And so, just as a little teaser for episode 15, we have a topic on coming from Blitz. What's on your bucket list? And then my topic, does a reading level really determine how much enjoyment a person can get out of a book? Take me, for example. I'm 24. Yet there's a book out there with a reading level of 10, I think. So base level, a 10th grader can read, a 10-year-old can read this. But I still read it, and I still get enjoyment out of it. So, where exactly does the equation of reading level come into how much enjoyment you get out of it? And we'll talk about that on the next episode, episode 15. So, if you like what you hear, if you liked what you heard, I should say, stay tuned for more, because it will only get better. And as always, I am your host, Marsh, and this has been a quick Outcast update.